More breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. The Tennessee Titans set to activate running back Derrick Henry for their divisional playoff game against the Cincinnati Bengals on Saturday. That according to ESPN. The team has until 4 p.m. Eastern time on Friday to make the move official. Titans coach Mike Vrabel wanted to see how Henry would respond to contact during practice when the team was in pads before deciding whether or not to add him to the 53-man roster. And for more on the potential return of Derrick Henry, we now welcome back in our senior NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. JJ, obviously, this was kind of expected. We were expecting the Titans to have Henry back, but now it looks to be official by 4 p.m. Eastern time today. What kind of a boost is this for the Titans?
Yeah, it's a big boost, and this has been, as you mentioned, Jeremy, very much the expectation ever since that contact practice, that fully padded practice earlier in the week happened. He came back, he returned, and there were no setbacks from that. And so the Titans felt very good about where he was moving in that direction. Now, the Titans have, of course, for competitive reasons, been tight-lipped about how much is Derrick Henry going to be toting the rock here in his return after missing half of the season with that Jones fracture injury and subsequent surgery. So I don't have the expect 27, 28 carries as he averaged before that injury. You can't really say that right now. He was coy. Mike Vrabel, who never gives any injury information, he was not giving anything there. Will Derrick Henry still be the same running back in the fourth quarter that he was? You know, an interesting stat, Jeremy. Derrick Henry, even though he missed half the season, by the end of the season was still number 4 on the NFL's list for most fourth quarter rushing yards, even though he only played in 8 fourth quarters. So is he still going to have that stamina? Is he still going to hulk up there when the other team is feeling demoralized, when he is running through those defenses? So all of those things to be determined. The Tennessee Titans can't possibly know that right now, but they are hopeful, of course, that he'll be able to be the Derrick Henry of old against the Cincinnati Bengals on Saturday.
Yeah, he said he's not concerned about getting a heavy workload. He said he's done everything that he can in practice, contact or not, and so he's expecting, whatever happens, happens. Although, to your point, the Titans said, game flow and how the game is actually going might affect his usage. So if you're the Cincinnati Bengals and you're seeing that Derrick Henry has been activated, obviously you've probably been preparing for it all week. Does it alter anything for you knowing that it is now official?
No, it doesn't, because the Titans have shown you over the past 2 months that they're still going to be exactly who they are. They still were running the football. They are a run-first offense. If you're a Cincinnati Bengal defender, I'd have to imagine you'd much rather have to tackle D'Onta Foreman than you would Derrick Henry. I think any reasonable person would take that over Derrick Henry, but certainly the Cincinnati Bengals have been planning and game planning for Derrick Henry's return and what he brings to that offense. This is not at all a surprise to the good folks of the Cincinnati Bengals, and so they will be as best prepared as possible for, of course, Derrick Henry, but as we see there, Larry Ogunjobi out for the year, or for the remainder of the season, rather. And so they're going to have to get it done. Trey Hendrickson is going to be able to play there. They're a fantastic pass rusher. So, it's going to be a tall task, no question, for the Cincinnati Bengals, but they have been preparing for this.
And it hasn't changed the line at all yet. Of course, it's not official. They have until 4 p.m. Eastern time today to make the designation. But when you look at the situation, and we're looking at Ryan Tannehill's numbers, and that was kind of where I wanted to go with this next. When you look at how Ryan Tannehill has performed with Henry and without, what kind of a confidence boost is this for the quarterback position there?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. I mean, Derrick Henry is the MVP of this team. The fact that the Tennessee Titans were able to win enough to get the number 1 overall seed, get the first round bye, which of course helped Derrick Henry be able to return for this postseason matchup. And while they did all of that without their MVP, is evidence that Mike Vrabel should absolutely be named Coach of the Year once we get to NFL honors during Super Bowl week. But how does it help Ryan Tannehill? Well, it helps him immensely. It's going to help him certainly on third down, because having the running back of Derrick Henry's caliber helps you on first and second down to get in a more manageable third down situation. So this is big news for Tannehill. Of course, he has been anticipating this, and frankly, the Tennessee Titans have struggled with injuries throughout this season, right? They've had some injuries to A.J. Brown. They've obviously had injuries to Julio Jones. So getting this full complement, this full stable of offensive players healthy enough, or as healthy as you could possibly hope for after the longest regular season in NFL history at this point in Week 20, it's a huge boon for the Tennessee Titans.
Our senior NFL insider, Jonathan Jones, giving us the latest breaking news. The Titans set to activate running back Derrick Henry off IR by 4 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. Great stuff, JJ. And of course, for all of the inside stories from players who were in the game, Hall of Famers, Super Bowl winners, be sure to check out Inside the NFL. New episodes airing Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. It is streaming exclusively on Paramount+.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.